Idaho, you're listening to North Idaho Arts and Adventure. It is an adventure today because it's raining. Yeah, that's cool though, man, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we haven't had like any rain since the inundation of the spring.
That 40 days and 40 nights way back when.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
So we're broadcast on KSBT 1400 AM in Sandpoint, Idaho, and KBFI 1450 AM in Bonners Ferry. And I'm your host, Gary Lirette. Well, if you were up at 5:30 or 6 or 6:30 this morning, the world was magical. And all you have to do is go to my Facebook page to see this morning's picture. The sky was on fire. It was just totally beautiful.
Wow.
Had a lot of fun over the last few weeks during the summer. We had, of course, a really great event that happened this last week, and we're going to talk to you about it in just a second. But we just finished with the festival, and it's been all about music, and we've had some great theater earlier in the season, and we're back to that. Tell Maddie to come in. So, without any further ado, I am introducing, you actually have to, come on in, Maddie, come in. Come in, Maddie. Oh, that's okay. Do you want to be on the radio? We have a young person coming in. Introducing to you the complete works of William Shakespeare, Unabridged.
Yeah. Hi, how are you, Idaho?
I went to see the premiere on Friday. I spit on you a little bit. And these guys were funny. Oh my goodness. This was a great play that took place at the Sandpoint Event Center in the auditorium. Just so funny. Hey guys, introduce yourselves.
I'm Andrew Sorg.
I'm Chris Herron.
I'm Carl Jones.
I'm Madeline Elliot.
And Madeline, you speak into the mic or else they won't hear you. We're going to have some fun here. What is this play all about?
Well, I think the title says it all. It's the complete works. We go through every single one of William Shakespeare's plays in an hour and a half.
Yeah, but he
hence
never
the
built-
abridged part.
He
That's
never
like
built
kinda
a
in there.
bridge. He was a writer.
Yeah, he was a con man, let's be honest, and he built a bridge so we could sell it.
He's English. That's why I'm glad we have the weather today, because it was like it's all overcast. It's all kind of like
very
London
London-y,
foggy.
yeah.
You know, I'm like, wow, this is so Shakespeare right now here. You know, we can really get into a tragedy going on.
Yeah.
But
Sets the mood.
yeah,
So you say the complete works. About how many plays do you actually touch on in this couple-hour show?
All 37.
37 of them,
Yeah.
yeah.
oh, and the sonnets, 154 of his sonnets.
Yeah, which were remarkably a lot like seals kissed by a rose.
Funny enough, who would have thought?
What is a sonnet? It's not a little sun, right?
No.
It's along those lines. It brightens your heart like a little sun, Gary.
It's a poem.
Oh.
It's a poem of love and roses and lips and
Iambic
seals.
pentameter.
it's seal lyrics, you know.
Isn't that a way of birth control, iambic pentameter? I don't know. You guys have got to educate all of us who don't know anything about
This is North
Shakespeare.
Idaho. That's the first time they've heard B and C put together.
You know what though? I think we could start this. There could be kind of like, pregnancy classes involving, actors like get in here. All right, you have to get into the scene. All right, you're giving birth. All right, I want to see emotion. I want to see.
Well, I do know that Shakespeare has been a way of birth control for many people because after looking at Shakespeare, they weren't in the mood. So,
Yeah.
no,
After
kidding.
that, they're just all walking around with broken foils, just
Right.
sad and
It's-
weepy. And
Speaking of broken foils, so you're doing the sword scene. Tell us what happened opening night.
So, twice this happened opening night. So we had a very nice friend of ours, Katie, built us some foils. And,
Foils mean swords.
yeah,
for those
foils
who don't
meaning
know.
swords, for those of you who don't know. And basically what happened was
Fencing swords.
two of them snapped on us, thus sort of resembling
A limp.
a lilted sort of
The blade.
business.
Yes.
The three of us have no idea what that's really like. We saw this happen and it's like a total shock.
Yeah.
What is that? I've
We've
never
all
seen
heard
that before.
We've heard rumors about blue pills and things like that, but we never thought it was an actual thing until it happens to you on stage in
Yeah.
front of
Do we have a
50
bleeper
people.
button? I don't even know.
Nothing I just said. Everything, all the filth was implied, Gary.
Speaking of implied, that's the cool thing I loved about this play. So you don't have to know a lot about Shakespeare at all to really enjoy the comedy of this play. I mean, I just laughed so hard it made me cry.
The less you know, the better off you are.
Right, well,
Trust
then
me.
I was really well off.
Well, I think I heard you say at one point, because we were listening to the crowd, because, what else are we going to do while we're up on stage? And I think I heard you say something about it would take you 3 or 4 minutes to get the jokes.
Right.
Because you'd have to scan all the data in your brain, and then you'd be like, ah ha ha, and by then you've missed 4 other jokes.
I know. Well, Carolyn Sorrentino, who works here at the station, actually also went. And it was just a treat, guys. I loved it. I didn't expect it to be as funny as it was.
Yeah.
Have you met us? Come on.
Wait, he's met us. That's how we knew.
Oh,
Right there, yeah.
clever man.
And this is a 7B production. So tell us real quickly, what is 7B? Besides a license plate in North Idaho.
Well, it's the name of a production company that started up last winter during It's a Wonderful Life. You had a bunch of cast members that got around, and they just were like talking about it. It's like, you know what? We want to go ahead and do some stuff that's not just theater, but we want to go ahead and really kind of foster a entertainment around the area here that encapsulates a lot of things. Like they've put on Casablanca, they've put on Grease Sing Along, which we were on here earlier before. They've done multiple plays.
Lady with All the Answers.
Lady with All the Answers, another incredible play. I hope Kate McAllister will do that again, because I saw that show
was
3
a
times.
great play, wasn't
3
it?
times, and every time I was like,
If
top
anybody
line.
ever gets to watch Kate read a phone book or do her return voicemails or anything like that, you should really take the opportunity to just watch her be.
Yeah, I mean, in the great spirit of Irma Bombeck, Ann Landers was the sister, correct?
Yeah.
And so she played
Yeah, she played in that. It was Ann Landers.
Abigail.
She was
oh,
Ann
she was
Landers.
Abigail Van Buren was
Yeah.
the sister.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah,
That's right.
and in that, it's a very poignant piece about where it was a one-woman show. So for as much as Carl, Chris, and I have to memorize for Shakespeare, the Shakespearean lines, it's very hard for us. We feel bad for Kate. She had to do an entire show by herself, and it was a case of she's giving advice, she's talking to the audience, and she
On the
is
phone.
now just realizing that she is going to divorce her husband after spending 20, 30 years saying telling all of the people who write in saying, I'm thinking about divorce.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. And now suddenly
the grass
she's
ain't
going,
greener.
I'm now going to be the hypocrite and now divorce my husband. Though she has reasons of divorcing him, which I won't get into in case you get to see the play another time.
Did you memorize your lines for this?
All right, now hold on.
Were we supposed to do
Chris,
that?
while you're speaking, you actually wrote a play that was very well received, and I loved it, Separate Checks. And all of you were in this play.
Yes.
Yeah.
And tell us real quick, Chris, what was that play about?
That play was about Andrew being a not so nice guy and Carl being a very sad guy.
So you guys just played yourselves.
Ah,
It was definitely typecast.
Well, I had to really reach for that role. Just saying, Chris.
and Maddie was very put upon, and Liz Curry was a crimson woman.
Yeah, speaking of Liz Curry, so Liz Curry had a garden party, and you guys, after the Saturday night show, went over to the garden party. Now, I was
Correct,
there
yeah.
till about 7:30, so I had a 3-hour window that I could have gone and taken a nap and come back and party with you, but no. But that being said, you're not just doing it last weekend. Aren't you going to have 2 more performances coming up?
correct. Friday, Saturday night. Doors open at 6:30 over at the Sandpoint Event Center. For everyone who doesn't know, that's the old high school. It's on Pine Street. It's got the community garden over there. Gorgeous building. We're up on the 3rd floor. That's where the stage is at. And that'll be Friday, Saturday night. Show starts at 7. Doors open at 6:30. And then we're going to be up at Bonners at the Pearl Theater the following Friday. And is that the same show time at 6:30? Doors open for
I
that?
think the doors open at 6.
Maddie forgets that she's on the radio.
I'm a side part of
Back
this.
of
I'm
the
not,
house, Maddie. Come on,
not,
here you by the exit
not
sign.
really necessary for most of it, but I think that the doors will open at 6 up in Bonners just because that's how their theater usually does things. They've got a little cafe and a little wine bar and stuff up there, so.
And the Pearl Theater is very cool for you who don't know. The Pearl Theater was a church that they converted into a theater, and it's just wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, now in Sandpoint, they're renovating the old Catholic church, and that they hope to do the same thing with. Now, Carl, shut up. You're talking way too much.
Well,
Gary, that is the first time anyone has ever told Carl to shut up.
Carl,
Congratulations.
where can people find out more about this?
it's all over Facebook. Right now, at Sandpoint, if you have been living under a rock, I would understand if you've not heard of this show. But you can always check us out on Facebook, any one of us, Gary Lirette's page,
I
7B
believe he's
Productions
criticizing
page.
my domicile.
Oh,
Okay.
criticizing? No.
Not all of our
Productions also
Facebook
has a
pages.
website,
Some of
too.
us don't have
Yes.
Facebook pages.
Right. In fact, all you have to do is put in 7B Productions, and it comes right up. I'm in fact looking at the website right now. It even works, even though it uses Flash. They somehow use some kind of fanciness to work on my iPad. It looks different though.
Ooh.
And you can put in the complete works of William Shakespeare, Unabridged, and Sandpoint, and you'll find it.
Yeah, also go to YouTube. Dion Nisi, who works for 7B, is one of the founders of 7B, cut a 56-second trailer of this that is. It makes us look competent and talented, and go to YouTube and check that out. It
It's
makes
now
us
my
look
alarm clock. I wake up to seeing me on this, and I feel so good about it. And you can buy tickets for this at iCarts and
He's
Eves
learning
Leaves or Eves
immersion
Leaves.
therapy.
Monarch and Eves Leaves.
Monarch. You can
And-
get it at Monarch Mountain Coffee, Eves Leaves, and at brownpapertickets.com.
You know, he wakes up to this, and it's really aversion therapy, is what it is. Well, that being said, while I was there watching the opening on Friday, I took a little snippet, a 1-minute video, and I posted it on my Facebook page, so you can go see that. And there are links again, like they said, to everybody's Facebook page. And just so everyone knows, right behind me filming this little escapade is Dion Nisi.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't
Hey,
see this,
Dion.
Andrew, but when you posted this on Facebook, somebody came on immediately and says, is this going to be on YouTube? So, Dion, is this going okay, Dion is saying yes. Well, break a leg, everybody.
Thanks,
Make
Gary.
sure you do just as good as the first night, or else.
Okay.
And
High standards.
I know.
Jeez.
that's right. Hey, there's only one theater critic in town, and you're on his show.
Excellent.
Well,
All
if
right,
you liked it,
everybody.
then we know it's gonna be fine.
Well, again, break a leg, best of luck, and everybody go see this. It's funny. It's really, really funny.
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah, please come see us. We're hysterical.
One last thing. Do some Shakespearean sounding stuff.
Oh, she doth teach us the torches to burn bright. Has my heart loved till now, forswear its sight. I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hands too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands and pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm as holy palmers kiss.
Have not saint lips as holy palmers do?
I'm not going to kiss you again, Andrew.
Ah, darn it.
It's amazing. You can't see this, but all of their eyes kind of went towards the center. And their teeth became...
I learned this
uneven.
phonetically like Antonio Banderas speaks English.
Well, thanks again, everybody, and we hope to see you again in another production very soon.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Gary.
sir.
We'll be back in just a moment.